So if you're trying to figure out how to store the Shark Rocket Deluxe Pro vacuum, it can be a little bit confusing. Clearly there's a storage hook right here, but that's pretty low to the ground. There's a hook right here at the top of the tube, which kind of twists, and it's you probably, I would suspect, even without having used this vacuum much, that it's for the cord. And then there is no hook on this, but there is this little thing right here that says hang on storage hook. And this thing does not ship with a wall mount the way a Dyson does, or most vacuums, in fact, most cordless vacuums, I guess, shipped with some sort of wall mount. This one does not. So you have to figure out how you're going to store it. So it's difficult to store this thing upright because it's on wheels and it's very top heavy. So that doesn't work. So it kind of leaves you with wanting to figure out what the next solution is. And the first thing I looked at is I looked for an included wall mount, and it didn't come with one. I was sure I had forgotten in the box. Turns out I didn't. And you look at the instructions right here. It says, for convenient storage above the floor, a wall mount is available for purchase on sharkaccessories.com. You're kind of out of luck there. I'm not sending away for a wall hook or buying a wall hook from a company. You can rig your own wall hook relatively easily. You have about an inch here, and something could go here and kind of reach under this. And a lot of like hooks you would have gotten, you know, for closet hooks and things like that. As long as it's horizontal and flat, then it would be fine. You know, the vacuum's not that heavy. The total weight is maybe 10 pounds. So you don't need a ton of weight. Just put it in some wall anchors and you're good to go. The other option for storage is right here. You have a storage hook, and what you do is, you know, it seems obvious now. You're getting the vacuum, you're disconnecting it, you're putting it on the storage hook like this. So here's what that looks like in practice. Nothing on top of the tube. Your cord is wrapped around the hook just like you normally do. The motor is mounted to that hook right here, and everything is relying on this kind of pretty wide foot. And because the weight is so far towards the bottom, the fact that it's on the wheel, it doesn't really matter. When the weight's on the top, the wheel wants to slide out and the thing falls all the time. When it's like this, it's stable and it's very low center of gravity. So you could just slide this into a corner or a closet or something like that without any problems. You know, it doesn't look great. It's not like a super clean Dyson sitting in your corner of your laundry room or something like that, but this is stable. It's very accessible, and you could put this whole thing together just in a few seconds. You really just need to get your cord, flip it down, take it out, get your vac, pull it out, pop that in place, and you're good to go. So you're only a few seconds away from cleaning activity. But again, when it's like this and it's just kind of sitting upright, this is going to end in heartbreak every single time. That's why you want to get that motor unit and put it down on this hook. It's a little weird if you're coming from the Dyson world, and it doesn't, again, it looks messy, which you have the cord, but it works quite well. So that's how you store your Shark Deluxe Pro vacuum. So if you do want to wall mount the Shark vac, I would recommend just buying a metal hook like this. You might have one lying around in your garage. This one I had just lying around in the garage, and it's about maybe an inch wide, maybe a little bit more than an inch. And it's just a simple metal hook, but it's square here. It's maybe an inch, inch and a half wide, right around that. And this thing ends up being just a perfect fit. You would attach this to the wall with 2 anchors, and then it fits right up in here quite perfectly. And it's stable side to side. It's a little bit far off the wall, but that's okay because this thing will tilt in a little bit. So it's a little bit farther off the wall than it could be. So don't have to get one with so much of that extension right here. This one even has a piece of foam here to prevent any scratching, but this thing's going to hang up really nicely. Again, it's, you know, it flexes a little bit, which this thing's a little bit under duty for this. If this wasn't quite so long, it would flex less. You could use a hook like this, just cost you like probably $1, $2, whatever at Home Depot, or you could use a heavy duty piece of plastic or something like that. I would say the main thing is that you don't have a lot of clearance right here. You have, you know, maybe a 1/4 inch. So whatever is going right here, this piece has to be pretty skinny. So either you're looking for a pretty specialized piece of plastic or a skinny metal hook like this. And again, you probably have one like this. If not, you could find it at Home Depot or Ace or wherever you do your shopping for home accessories and odds and ends and hardware and mounting stuff.